Oh, good morning, my lovers. Right, not on a very long lane today because I'm almost there, and don't want to give too much of the game away. So I'm onto the field that I did in my last video. Hopefully I can find some good things. Didn't do too badly last time. So let's get to it. Cheers! Oh, that's it, my lovers. I've made it. I'm here on the field of dreams. Well, hopefully it will get some. I got that really old buckle last time I was here, so I'm hoping for some more medieval stuff, because there's supposed to be a medieval village around here somewhere. I've looked on the LiDAR, and there's a few lumps and bumps, but it's not very clear. And there's been no excavations. If you look on your local council's website and you put in archaeological evaluations, and you do that, and sometimes if you do a search for that, that can bring things up like when archaeologists have done things in the area. Also, you can do, if you look at the planning department, when you build a house and it's in an area where they think there's archaeological remains, they get the local archaeologist in to do a survey of the local area. And on my council website there's a sort of an interactive map which show up where you can expand it all the way out, and it will give you like red lines and blue lines around where the which properties have had extensions and have, you know, bits added to it, and you can zap on it and right click and you get a breakdown of the archaeological assessments that have been done in the area around the properties. So what you do is that I can see a property over there, so you'd hit that one and it would then give you a rough estimate of what's been going on around the sites. Another thing you can do is, if you go to some of the archaeological websites, put in archaeologists and look at their reports. They put their reports online, a lot of them, and you can go through the list and you can tap in the names of villages that are nearby to your fields, and sometimes they can have great big huge, like what they call desk-based archaeological reports, and they will give a vast information about all over the place, and that can be very helpful. That's what I tend to do when I want to sort of get information about a field. Right, I've noticed my spade has been getting a bit blunt, and this has got a lot of grass in this field and it's been difficult to get through, so I put a little file in my bag and I'm going to sharpen up the edge to make it nice and sharp so it'll cut through this hay. I could probably shave with that, my lovers, shave with it. Might be a bit dicey. Right. Well, sort of. Let's get digging. Right, here's my first find of the day, my lovers. It is a buckle. I don't think it's particularly old. Maybe 17th century. Got its pin intact, roughly made. That's not going to swivel anymore. Nope, he's solid. Right, on to the next. Oh, look at this here, my lovers. It wasn't a very good signal. I thought it was going to be a bit of flat iron, but I've turned the clock over and it's a thing. Oh, I know what this is. Pretty sure I know what this is. There, looks like a shaft of iron, yes. It's a shaft of iron, just there. and that's a grip. And out here would have been a little rod. Yeah, a little rod would have come out here, and then on the end would have been feathers. Now this is the second dart tip I found in the fields, which is a bit odd. So the farmers must have had a dartboard that they just hung up on a farmyard vehicle and played darts in the field. Might have where it stemmed from, where darts might have originated from, I don't know, but it is a part of a dart. And that must have, the iron I must have been picking up as well. It might have more iron in there. Right, so it's part of an old dart. Pretty heavy. Cool. Right. Oh, looks like I might have a musket ball. Yep. Ah, perfectly formed. There we go, one musket ball. Perhaps someone's been having a duel in the field. Right, on to the next. Oh, look at what I got down here. I think I know what this is. Oh yeah. That is 1/2, nicked it a bit, 1/2 of a bull ring. It used to go through the bull's noses. And they pull them along with a bit of rope. Imagine being tugged along by your nose. That's nice, would be nice, wouldn't it? Oh. Oh, it's nice to have a rest, and it's a much cooler day today, my lovers. I can't see any sky at all. Well, can't see any blue sky. It's all cloudy, and there's a nice cool breeze blowing, which is lovely. But I can see actually a bit of blue sky over yonder, about 10 miles away, which it looks like it might be heading this way. With a bit of luck it won't be, because it's just nice and cool for a change. It's probably the coolest day we've had for about 3 weeks. Right, oh, one more thing I was going to tell you about. The when searching archaeological stuff, now in the UK it tends to be like on council websites, but in America it's on university websites. So you find your university and you put in the word archaeology, then you put in the word, this is in a Google search, the 2 little colons and 2 little dots, right? No, you don't do that. You put in the word archaeology, then the word site, S-I-T-E, right? And then the 2 little dots, and then you put in the university's or council's website address. So let's say here, if it was northyorkshire.gov.uk, and you search that in the internet search in Google, and what that will do is it will just search that website. So it will search the entire North Yorkshire Council's website, and vice versa. If you did it for a university in America, it would just search the university website. And what you can also do is you could put in the word archaeology, and next to it you could put in the word like LIDAR, L-I-D-A-R, LIDAR, and you do a search like that, and it will come up with if they've done any LIDAR ground mapping. And you can also put in the word GIS, G-I-S, and there's there's sort of other sort of archaeological type visual mapping satellite stuff of that universities and councils have done, because the council in this country have got the money, and they tend to employ the archaeologists to do the jobs, so all that sort of information ends up on their websites. Okay, right, I'm going to have a puff on my vaporizer. I'm going to have a swig of coffee, because I got some here. have a bit of a rest. Hopefully I can see no cows approaching me. There's a bit of a hole in the hedge over there which I've rammed full of branches and stuff. I'm not keen on cows, so I got stampeded once. And then I'm going to get back to it. Cheers! Oh, look at this signal I got here. Right. Right, I'm fairly certain that this is going to be a moo tube. But what we can do is, I've already dug a couple of moo tubes in the field. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. That's where the last signal came up there, like you can just about see it. I've dug a couple of moo tubes already. And there they are. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put those over the coil. Round about the same place, 1230, and the other one, 1228. But the problem is, what a lot of people do, they make a mistake and they use discrimination to block out these moo tubes. But these moo tubes could also be gold. You never know what's underneath that coil. It could be another moo tube, or it could be a gold ring. So you've got to dig them. And that's why a lot of people give up on metal detecting, because they block out signals that could be a gold ring. And they never find stuff. I think it's a bit deep for a moo tube. Ah, is that it? Nope. Oh, I've moved it. Ah. There are, you never know. In this case it wasn't a moo tube. It is a fairly old buckle. Now I don't ever remember digging up one like this before. Right, I'll give it a bit of a clean up. And then I'll get back to you. Right, here it is, my lovers. Yeah, it's definitely a buckle of some description. And just in here there's a bit where there might have been a pin going across, and there it's broken off, another bit going across. It's broken off. I'll check the hole just to make sure I haven't left it in there, but they're old brakes. See, it's not clean metal. Right, on to the next. Oh, look at this here, my lovers. They find a lot of these in Australia. Oh. Oh, it's a nice chain. Or is it a leg iron? I think it's a leg iron for a very thin person. What I've got to find now is the ball. Right. Go look at this here, my lovers. I just had a big overload signal. And there it is. Now that's what you call a sledge. God, I don't want to be carrying that home in my bag, even though I do like these old tools. Oh dear, that is super heavy. I'd like to take it home, but that is mega heavy. It's probably someone was putting in posts years ago and it broke. And they couldn't be bothered to... It's all rotten. That. Don't know if it's that long ago. But yeah, I expect my landowner, that's probably one of his when he used when he was a kiddie. Right. Oh, super heavy. Right. Oh, look at this signal I got here. Looks like silver. Oh, no, I don't think it's silver. It's a thing. Oh, right. It's a bit of a weird thing. It's got a wire attached there. And it's got a bit of shape to it. Is that broken? That's broken. Right, now that's a bit odd. What's that then, my lovers? It's made of copper or bronze. How bizarre. Right, I reckon I might have an old coin. Oh, there's something, I can see something. Just in there. It looks old. It looks very old and very addict. Right, I'm going to carefully clean this up and I'll get back to you. Unfortunately, it's still got its patina, but I cannot see anything on there. I think it's slightly bigger than a penny, so I think it's going to be a farthing. Maybe Queen Victoria. But it's completely worn off. But it is very thin. So it could be older. Don't know. Right, on to the next. Oh, that's it, my lovers. I've had enough. I've done 5 hours. Problem with this field is it's all on its own and it's quite some way off from my other fields. Now what I tend to do on the other fields is if one field is particularly quiet, I can go to another field where I know I'm going to find things. So I found a few interesting things today, but nothing really spectacular. So I'll probably give up on this field for now, wait until the winter comes, and when the ground's a bit wetter I might give it another go, because it's very hard and digging into this soil is causing strains. I'm getting strains like trying to dig into the soil. So I'll give up on it for now, and then next time I go out I'll go back to my regular fields. This farmer's got another field I haven't been on for quite a while, so I'm going to probably give that one a go. But it's nearer my main patch. I can up sticks and shoot off to another field where I know I'm going to find things, to make the videos interesting for you. So I'm off to the pub for some jars of ale. Cheers! Oh, that's it, my lovers. I'm off to the pub for some jars of ale. Let's see if we can get up to 50 miles an hour down this lane. and hopefully won't meet a tractor coming the other way. Oh, getting faster. Faster. Woohoo!
Cold blows the wind on my true love, and gently drops the rain. I have never had but one true love, in greenwood he lies slain. I'll do so much for my true love, as any young girl may. I'll sit and mourn all on your grave for 12 months and a day. But 12